No, I think I had to do coach. I don't think I got much of a chance. Okay. Yes, I'm going to get a new cell phone.
Yeah, I saw that too.
All right, so I'm going to send you a new link to a new stream. I sent it to your school email. Do you have family that's trying to watch the?
Well, I mean, my mom said she might.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because if we can get it to work, I could send. Yes, I just muted you because I'm talking to Corey and Sarah.
Yes.
They can't hear you. I have my AirPods in. Oh, I heard myself.
Where?
Okay.
Oh, I was the one not prepared. I just had the basketball.
There's only two.
All right, we're gonna get started so we can get out of here. The first award that we're gonna give out is the Schools Booster Award, which is given out every year from the school. We nominate a kid basically from the school that we think represents the school in a positive way. I wrote this down so I didn't forget. So bear with me. This year's Booster Award, although we're in a different setting, still has the same meaning. To me, this award means integrity, honesty, hardworking, and doing the right thing when nobody else is looking. But more importantly, not only representing the school, which is on this plaque, it's representing your teammates and your last name. This year's award winner went above and beyond all of that, in my opinion, and also the schools. To me, the biggest compliment that a kid can receive is from an opposing coach. We play against a lot of coaches. They see them in invitationals and in dual meets. So the biggest compliment that I think that a kid can get comes from the opposing coach. And this year there was a few coaches that came to me and complimented him on improvement, on his desire to get better, on his character, which both on and off the golf course, because we as coaches watch kids all the time. It just kind of comes with the territory. This kid literally works his tail off. And by that, I mean, he almost worked so much that he wasn't here this evening, which I just found that out. So it is my absolute honor to give this award tonight to Lucas Heights. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see. Moving forward, we will go down the line. Just to touch a little bit about our season. It was, like you guys know, Ketchum's know, it was different. People that have been here before, I know Buxton's, they probably think this is normal. It was not. Everything just kind of fell apart. We were originally supposed to have 9 kids. We ended up having 5. That in itself was a challenge. Kids had to step up. Tyler, Stone, I appreciate them more than they will know. I know it was probably uncomfortable for you guys at times. We won't go into specifics at Kalida in the sectional tournament.
Maybe not
That
Shawnee.
was probably
Shawnee. Number 9. Let's not do that.
Shawnee was just something always happened at Shawnee. But I appreciate everybody, especially you guys, for stepping up, coming out of your comfort zone this year and doing something that you haven't done before. And we as a school, me personally, thank you guys tremendously. So thank you guys. And Stone, I hope you had fun. I hope you continue to come back and play golf. We'd love to have you back next year. Noah would probably like to have you back next year.
I'd like a team.
So to start with, we'll start with our first year awards. So we'll start with Stone. This year, like I said, Stone, his first year, lettering. There is a pin in here, Stone, if you want to come up. Like I said, Stone, new to the golf team, stepped up. Like I said, I'm sure it was uncomfortable at times. I'm sure it was. We tried to make it fun. I'm sure it wasn't fun. There was some times out there where, it's just not wind and cold and, just miserable. But I couldn't tell by Stone's attitude. It was always solid. You know, he was always wanting snacks. So I guess thanks Warbles for the snacks. But yeah, it was enjoyable. And like I said, I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. I hope you continue to play golf next year with us. If it's not us, just continue to play. It is a great sport. We will try to work with soccer if you continue to play soccer. So Stone, thank you. Your pin is in there also. First year letter winner, Stone Sauber. We'll go with Tyler Buxton, also a first year guy. Like I said, Tyler stepped up as well. New to Tyler, probably even newer than Stone, I would imagine. It's you know, I could tell sometimes Tyler was not having any fun. I tried to lighten it up. There were times I would drive up and Tyler would just shake his head and I knew to just U-turn right around there and go find somebody else to talk to. But then there was other times where I'd drive up and Tyler said, yeah, I'm playing, you know, I'm actually doing really well. I've hit a couple of really good shots. Is that better? So I noticed I wasn't in the picture. So I apologize to your mom. I'm new to the. So, you know, I'd drive up and Tyler would say, yeah, I'm actually hitting some good shots. You know, I did this and did that or whatever. You know, that's the kind of stuff that I like to hear when I drive up to kids and they tell me that they're playing better when I see smiles on their faces. And that's what I get with Tyler. It's even though there were times where it wasn't going well, a lot of the times I couldn't tell. You know, he was opposite of Stone and wanted nothing to eat or drink. So I didn't even bother to ask that time. Apparently the water bottle that you guys brought him it just kept refilling itself sometimes because, I mean, he never wanted anything. So I appreciate Tyler just as much for stepping up this year. I know it was uncomfortable. I know it was new. These guys made it enjoyable and helped out. I hope I did also. I hope you continue to play golf, even though the driver I gave you didn't work. But like I said, golf is a great sport. If you continue to play, we will always be here if you want to come back and play, practice, whatever. But thank you again for stepping up and playing this year, and I absolutely appreciate it.
I don't know this. They say it's not working. Do we have to? It says it's
Doesn't matter. I thought maybe you didn't take some drink.
I can end it. So our second year letter winner. Second year letter winner is Noah Ketchum. I'll leave this out. Noah this year improved greatly. And Noah always wanted to, so they can hear me, Noah always wanted to know what he was doing wrong. And there were times where I didn't know, and that was not good enough for Noah. And if anybody knows golf, you can miss a shot by, I mean, like 1/8 of an inch, and it's going to go way offline. Noah wanted to know why it went way offline, and I couldn't tell him. And I'm sure that was frustrating to him because if I know him, he wants to be perfect, and in golf, that's hard to do. Because I try to be the same way when it comes to golf. But that's what drives Noah to be good, and what got him to be even better this year was the improvement was really great. And I'll get in that here in a minute. But he was always in the simulator when I would open it up. When somebody would come in, I would say, hey, somebody's opened the simulator. Noah would be showing up. He'd come after top 20, after band, whatever it was. Noah would be in the simulator hitting balls or coming after practice or and that's one thing that led Noah to get better. Again, coaches noticed that, and they commented that also. They said, "Is this the kid that was last year played some? We see it on the JV." And I said, "Yeah, it's the same one." And a lot of the times it was on the first tee. You hit a good shot, and they'd want to know if that was the same kid. And I said, "Yeah, absolutely. He's averaging 40, whatever it was this year." And then they would give me the credit for making it. But no, Noah stepped up, never complained. Noah's the type of kid that you just absolutely want around you. He makes everybody better. He makes everybody enjoyable. He bends over backwards for kids. And the future is absolutely bright for Noah. I'm hoping he gets me tickets to the Ohio State game with Marshall for the Buckeyes. Just remember the little people when you get down there. But this is Noah's second year award. Your pin is in here. I thank you. Put this up. Thank you again. And Noah Ketchum. Our other second year is award winner is Lucas Heights. Luke is another one that you just want to build your team around, and I'll get into that here in a second with improvement and stuff like that. And like I said, with the Booster Award, I don't even know if there's anything else to say really. When other coaches notice a kid's work ethic, I mean, geez, we see them, a month and a half out of the year. And when other coaches then notice that, I mean, that's pretty big. I noticed it in a couple kids. And so when they notice that, I just think that's a compliment to, way up here. And if you guys know Luke, he's hitting balls. I mean, they put a driving range in their backyard for him. So he really didn't have an excuse, except not picking up all the balls in the backyard, I'm sure. But yeah, it's, I could see from his sophomore year when he came out on the golf team until his last shot. I think I was watching that Kaleida, and I'm sitting there watching him play, thinking back to his first tee shot at Kenton against Upper Sandusky, and the progress is night and day. And when I say that, I mean the 5 or 6 years I've done this, that is the most improvement I've ever seen out of one kid in 3 years. It's greater. Before that, it was probably Rocco. If any of you guys know Rocco, this was even more than that. And had a job and went to school, and I'll get into that here in a second. But for him to improve that much in a short amount of time, I mean, it speaks volumes on the kind of kid he is, his work ethic, just the kind of person that he is. I wish I could build a team around you. I wish, there was more kids like you. I wish I could do this longer and have, if you was here, I'd be here, if that makes sense. But second year just doesn't seem right after the year that you had to only have 2 of these. But like I said, the work ethic, speaks volumes. I wish you success, which, I know you're going to have. So, thank you for being a part of the team for 3 years, and I wish you all the best going forward. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Which brings me, no, that's pretty much it for that round. Oh, no, there is one. So, Wow, my signature is on there, barely. You want me to re-sign this so you can see it?
Limited edition.
Yeah, it's one of one, yeah. So, like I said, I've done this, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, I've lost count. I've had Ethan for all of those years, so, and I've had him even more than that because I think when I first got the job, I was at the wellness center working out, and Corey, yeah, you can come up, Ethan.
Yeah, that's good.
I was at the wellness center working out. And I was working out at the time. Yeah, right. And I know Corey and I talk all the time, and it seems like years and years ago. And you look back on it, it's only 5, I think. But he was talking about his 7th or 8th grade son that was coming up that's interested in playing golf, and his grandpa plays golf at the golf course, and you fast forward to now, and golf's been over for a month and a half, and here we are at the banquet and it's over, and I mean that's how quick it goes. But back to this 4-year letter winner, those don't happen very often, and I know golf is a little bit different because you only have 6 kids. But to letter in a sport for 4 years is quite an accomplishment. It goes back to his freshman year. There was, I think, 10 or 11 kids on the team. And so him being one of those top 6 and contributed, and I'll even say, when we went to, you can only take 5 to sectionals. I don't think he was on the team to going into sectionals. I didn't hear a peep out of Ethan. I went to him and I said, look, such and such was an upperclassman. He's like, no, I totally understand. I got 3 more years. I need to get better. That's the type of kid that Ethan is. That's the type of kid that all 5 of these guys are really. And for him to say that, and you only get 4 years, you only get limited time to do this. So for him to say that just speaks volumes of the type of kid that he is. But like I said, 4 years is, quite an achievement. I hope this means as much to Ethan as it does to me to present this to him. I'm going to miss Ethan probably more than I'm going to miss anybody else that I've coached, just because I've had him for 4 years. And like I said, it was probably even 5 because Corey and I was talking about him when he was coming up. So it's like I knew him even back then. And he started right after he was done with junior high. I think 8th grade, we started playing golf right after that. And, he jumped right in. So it was almost 4.5 years. There's so many things I could say about Ethan that, I didn't say at the golf course that night, but we'd be here forever. So I'm just going to leave it at that so we can move on. Ethan, I wish you all the best. If you and any of these guys need anything going forward, don't hesitate to ask. I will be here. Like I said, 4-year letter winner, Ethan Warble. Before we get into that, I've got a few awards real quick. Every year we give out a top newcomer, we call it, top freshman. This year we didn't have any freshmen, but we did have 2 newcomers. There was no way of choosing which one of these 2 guys that joined the team, rookies basically, to choose. So I wasn't about to choose which one. So our top newcomers this year are both Stone Sauber and Tyler Buxton. Those shoes are short. Also, I said I was going to get into the most improved, which is going to go right along with the next award. But most improved, was, have that wrote down here. It wasn't really close. I thought it might be a little closer. I thought Noah might push him a little bit, but it really wasn't. It goes to Lucas Heights. I mean, he improved 6.1 shots from last year, which, if anybody knows golf, that's just incredible. It's almost impossible to from one year to the next to improve 6 shots. And when I text, who did I text? Shawnee's coach, who I know pretty well. He wanted to know what his improvement was, and when I said it was 6+, all I get back was a wow. So that comes from Shawnee's coach as well, Coach McGreevy. He congratulated you as well. So our most improved of 6.1 strokes from last year to this year is Lucas Heights. Which then our lowest average for the year was and if you guys want to know your averages, you can ask me. Our lowest average was actually pretty close. It was about 0.4 strokes. Ethan pushed him towards the end, but just couldn't quite catch him. 43.7 was his final, what he ended his 9-hole average on. 43.7 on the year was Lucas Heights. Also on the golf team, we have a what we call a Wildcat Award, which piggybacks off of the Booster Award. It's the same principles as the Booster Award, but this I let the kids decide. And in the past, we've had 10 or 11 kids. This year, obviously, we only have 5. But, you know, when I sent the text out and I asked them, you know, and laid it out to them what that meant, there was only one. I mean, we got a few votes, but the winner this year for that award was last year's Booster Award winner. So it was kind of fitting that this year's award goes to Ethan Warble. Voted on and you can't vote for yourself next year either. Jesus. I mean, I threw that vote out. So to me, these awards here mean a little more than the rest because these awards are academic. And I mean, that's really what we're doing here is academics have to come first or there is no golf season. We all know that. We can all agree with that. So this, you know, I have more joy in giving out this award than I have in the past. And this is an All Ohio award. This year we have 3. It only goes to seniors. All 3 of our seniors qualified for academic All Ohio, which is Tyler Buxton, Lucas Heights, and Ethan Warble. Well, I said, did you read the wrong list? I know there's other evenings out there, but after the one bus ride, I kind of questioned yourself after what you guys were saying.
Which one?
So with that, the last award, other than our senior awards, is the WBL All Conference Awards. This is play-based, which means the boys accumulated points all year, and based on that, they got recognized as first team or honorable mention. And now I think they're putting in a first team and a second team for next year, I heard. And then an honorable mention. But this year we had one kid on the first team. We had one honorable mention. An honorable mention in a WBL was still a pretty big accomplishment. There are a lot of good golf. Well, I think there was, what was there, 2-3 teams that qualified for the state tournament. One individual, I don't know, they had like 10 or 12 kids qualify for districts as individuals, and like half the teams qualified for districts. So an honorable mention in the WBL for golf is, every year in and year out is, I know the goal was first team, but, honorable mention is nothing to, take for granted. This year we had one honorable mention award, and that went to Ethan Warble. And like I said, that hard work absolutely paid off at our course. Couldn't have wrote a better script. It was at our course. It came down to, actually, it wasn't even close. I think it was, 8th or 9th or something, and we took 12. But all that hard work paid off on a first team, all WBL team, Lucas Heights. We have, these are senior awards that the school passes out also. Those to our seniors, I should have handed those out. But they come from the school themselves. And then just a couple of quick thank yous. First and foremost, thank you to U5. Like I said, I know this year was trying. I know it was hard at times, only having 5, and some of the conversations we've had. I won't go into detail, but it was hard, and having 6, would have been better. And if it wasn't for what's going on, and we wasn't the only school; there was all over. But thank you, 5. I for more reasons than one, I won't forget you, 5. So thank you guys. You will leave a lasting impression on me for stepping up, for not quitting when you guys could have. I know some of you guys probably wanted to at times, but you didn't. You didn't even show that you wanted to. So thank you guys. Thank you for the 3 that I've had for, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. Thank you guys. Well, no, you're not done. Big things for you.
So sorry. We'll come back as assistant.
Yeah.
Hard next year, please.
All the show.
The other thank you, parents, I thank you guys at the golf course. But again, I just wanted to thank everybody for, stepping up and, the wine's restrictions. I better get used to wearing this in my own house. Stepping up, snacks and drinks and all the help that we had at the WBL Invitational. The away matches, it even goes back to Defiance when they wouldn't give me a stinking cart and I had to ride around. Well, I didn't have to have it. Luckily, Becky was there that had a cart and allowed me to ride around when it was all of 90-some degrees that day. Kids were almost passing out and they didn't allow me to have a cart. And I had drinks and whatever. So it goes clear back to then, Warbles, thank you guys. I can't thank you guys enough for stepping up and organizing everybody and not missing a beat with that. You and Scott and Matt Ketchum for helping out at the WBLs. you know, just everybody. I mean, I think you got just everybody. You know, I can't thank you guys enough. The boys appreciated it. I know they just can't thank you guys enough either. Lastly, Nikki, thank you. I can't do any of this without her. It's more than just here. It's you know, she does quite a bit for us. Even more than what she should, actually. She cares about the boys every year. It's like she takes on, she wants to come watch. I don't know why. But she wants to come. It's
I can't tell you how many moments we've had.
she has been there when, yeah, she's seen some pretty decent shots come out of you. Yeah, but I mean, I couldn't do any of it without her. She allows me to do this when I should be doing something else. But again, thank you. I couldn't do it without you. So thank you. With that, I think we are done. Again, thank you guys. If you guys ever need anything going forward, especially the 3 seniors, if you guys ever need anything going forward, feel free to reach out. I still help kids out now. Rocco, Cole,
Cruz.
That's the best.
No.
I'm so proud of you.
Cruz, who. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you're looking to help, I can use a new car or something. So I'll let you know the details.
Yeah, more of like signing something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not the title.
So,
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, wow, then I got to
Yeah.
sign off my loan.
Yeah, none of that. Yeah, seriously, if you guys need anything whatsoever, reach out, call. You know, you have my number. It probably won't change. But I'll be here for whatever you guys need. So thank you guys. Thank the parents again. You know, and with that, we are finished.
I was gonna say. I wanted to make sure you get this to you.
Oh, well, thank you.